Sure.
Should play the theme music.
With growth comes growing pains. When you're growing, it's painful.
my gosh.
We'll just superimpose the
This is
the
growth
new
pains
one, right?
with Andy.
Jump cut.
Yeah.
I'm excited to, grow with you guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Growing Pains with Annie. This new season, new episode.
Oh my God. Welcome back to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And together we are
Ryan and John.
on the couch as always. Producer Cara Tafolla, back on the old iPad.
Yep.
Yo, yo.
The lovely Annie the Skovmand. And this week, joining us again, we have little Artie Albright.
He's a
Dude,
sleepy boy.
Yeah.
He's a sweet
Half
bird.
his life.
Guys, we are back with another house party.
House party. We need a house party music. Yep. That was
Okay,
great.
guys.
That was
Did you not mean to hit that one?
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay.
But also the joke one was funny too.
Pretty nice.
All right. That's enough.
We just got this this Rodecaster little soundboard here,
Yep.
and it's great.
Yeah, it's new.
I'm gonna have to program.
Okay, we're going to take that away
Spooky.
from you.
That's when you hit a
Spooky.
conspiracy theory. I'm just gonna turn
Or when
it
Annie
a little
watches a movie for the first time.
Whoa.
bit. Guys, how are we feeling today?
Great. Living the dream.
Pretty good. I'm sick of it being
dream.
cold out.
Straight up.
I'm
That's the-
done.
that's
I
the
want
reality.
summertime.
What's the first thing you're gonna do this summertime, Cara?
Jeez. Probably surf or look
No,
for
it's
sea
just
glass.
tan. It's freaking go out and lay in the sun.
How's that?
Look for sea glass.
True.
Probably tan or look for sea glass.
It's true. Maybe
Such
tanning.
disdain.
Tanning was probably a bad guess. I apologize.
John, what's the first thing you're gonna do when summer hits?
Nothing different than what I normally do. I like summer, but I'm not a huge beach guy or anything like that.
That wasn't super convincing.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do
I
anything.
like summer.
I do like summer because actually I don't like summer.
Yeah,
I'll be
don't
honest.
be anything.
Would
you're
you
not.
rather be
Don't
cold?
pretend.
I'd rather be cold because I have this theory, which I think is true, about you can escape the cold, but you can't escape the heat. Sure, there's AC, but when it's cold, you just throw a blanket on and you're fine. You know what I'm saying? But trying to sleep when it's hot is impossible. And again, I know you
Fan.
can you can do the fan
Ice
or
water.
the AC thing, but that just is so much harder than just being throwing a blanket.
Swamp AC.
Is that what you guys do
The
at your
swamp
house?
tank.
We
cooler
should.
or whatever.
A swamp cooler?
Yeah. No, don't have that.
Yeah, you guys just have
No.
fans. You don't even have AC.
No, but our fans are pretty good.
You just walk to the beach.
Yeah, that too.
That'll do it. Yeah, that will
Then
do
the
it.
sea breeze is,
That will do
you know.
it.
Annie, your summer activity of choice is
I love going to the beach. I'm a beach gal.
you're a beach gal.
There
You're a
was
surfer gal.
The summer of 2021, I was at the beach so often and got so tan that my body actually rejected it and I got sun poisoning.
That's right. I remember hearing about
Yeah.
that. That's a rough one.
And
Don't
it
know what to do
was. It
about
was
that.
rough. But
Wow.
that just proved I know my limit now.
Dang.
Wow.
Sun poisoning?
Yeah,
Yes,
your
you get
skin-
so summer you blister.
Yeah, it wasn't even sunburn.
get
I just
sick.
It's just
I
kinda
had
a
too much
sun burn, right?
it just
Oh, no.
I don't know.
You
I
don't-
got too tan and my body started rejecting it, and so it started bubbling, blistering, but it didn't hurt.
Yikes.
Yeah,
that
it was
sucks.
pretty
It
gross.
makes your body sore. I feel like
Ugh.
I've been sunburned so bad before it burns your bones. You can feel it
Okay.
down inside your bones.
All right. Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
don't
talking
believe
about?
that at all.
No.
but Okay.
Oh well.
Oh, okay.
I've been summer
Santee
bad,
guy.
but have never felt that.
Stop. I'm not the Santee guy. Please
Well,
stop.
Okay, I didn't
that.
give you that nickname. But
Okay, who gave it to me?
a
Because I
lot
didn't
of
talk
people.
to him.
Guys, I got a question for you. And this is maybe I'm dealing with my toxic trait here of believing I can do
Yeah.
anything that I put my mind to.
Yeah.
I just got an email that the Rock and Roll Marathon is coming back this summer.
No, you can't do that.
Do you think I could run a
How
marathon?
much does
No.
it cost to do that?
Like $100 and something.
Oh, not bad. Okay.
As,
Yeah, not
as
super
I
bad.
lived with someone who was training for a half marathon,
Okay.
and the training included 8 to 13 mile runs.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
That would be double that.
Just a quick 26 miles. Yeah, because I got the
No.
email and
think
it's
you could-
run a marathon is on my to-do list. And
No,
it's not
it's- no, it's
It
not.
is. It is, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, run a marathon. Why not?
That's cool.
So But
It's
my
cool.
toxic trait is I feel like I could just do it with no training. I could be like, yeah, it's just like
You know what, Ryan?
a breezy pace.
I want you to
know?
walk 10 miles and then tell me how you feel.
No,
after
Ryan. I want you to do
Okay.
it. I will donate $20 to the cause. I want
was gonna
you
say, we should
to
start saying-
zero
that.
training,
Which you
run a marathon.
Okay.
And I want to be there
What
with
if-
the camera as you are
what if,
puking
like,
and
once
pooping
a week,
yourself
I
like at
just-
mile 14.
Okay.
Does that
Thank
happen?
you. Thank you.
Yeah, people literally
Yes.
collapse in their
You
their
don't poop
bowels.
yourself.
No,
Yes,
people
they
have
do.
their bowels
Yes, they
released.
do.
Ryan's like, actually, I think I'm going to run one, actually.
Never mind.
Most people who do marathons literally wear diapers.
Yeah, they like have they like
You're saying most?
Yes.
I don't know about
I don't know
most,
about that.
but I do know
know,
for a
I'm
fact that
constantly worried for
people will
takes,
have
though.
their bowels like they're literally their body is so exhausted that it just
I
That's
kind
a
of feel like
fly.
I want to do it. Just like maybe
you
run
should
a
and
couple
I
of.
and
like,
I want to see you try.
I feel like I could run a mile right now, easy. So that's
I'm
just,
gonna.
just
That's
25
gonna.
more
that's
times
what we're
after
doing.
that.
That's what we're doing after the podcast. We're
Okay,
watching Ryan
all right,
run a mile.
All right. All right. Sounds
I-
good.
We'll go to Lake Murray and
How-
see how. Think of Lake Murray.
Okay, think of it this way.
That's a 6
What
mile
if
walk.
what if your life was on the line? What if somebody was chasing you
Okay,
for
now that's
26
different.
miles?
That's different. Okay,
Adrenaline
I
kicks
am
in.
not. I like the mind over matter kind of thing.
Yeah.
I cannot convince myself like keep running, run faster. The logic side of my heart is like you don't love this. Stop doing it.
Okay.
Now, one time I almost got chased by a bear, and I freaking booked it.
Sure.
To the point where the people I was with were like, "Wow, you're actually really fast." And I'm like, "Turns out, when you're in that moment, you could just."
It just kicks in.
I would
right?
need a bear to be chasing me in order for me to run a marathon at any sort of,
It's got to be the same.
sprint.
So maybe I could hire like a hitman to chase me.
No, here's the thing: you can't hire him because you can't know him because you'll know in your mind deep down, like, "Oh, it's not real."
Well, as long as I don't see
We'll
him,
hire someone,
just tell me.
yeah, to start beating the crap out of you.
Okay.
And then the race starts. They'll like let you go, let you get away.
Just not the legs,
You're
just
not
not the
scared
legs.
enough of.
No, it's like in the menu when it's like you have a 5-minute head start, like 15-minute
Oh.
head
Seen the
start
movie.
to go
Spoilers.
hide.
That's
Now,
good.
now the
Spoilers.
menu,
Oh, well.
the
Spoilers,
menu
haven't seen
is
it.
that on? Is that one of the movies that's on the Oscar noms?
It is not nominated for Best Picture, but it is nominated for some other
Something, I don't
award.
know.
Actually, wait. No, I think it got snubbed. I think
Good.
I think it may or may
Really?
not have been snubbed.
Let me
Let's
see.
get a fact check on that.
I'll fact
But
check.
you bring up a good point. Thank you for that transition, Annie. The Oscars are this weekend, this Sunday night. John, you've known to be a movie guy. Well,
Yeah,
more
I
or
mean,
less.
Whoa, I don't know. What was that response?
got-
I'm
got
going to
demoted.
read out
Oh, and I'll
the
tell you if I've
noms
seen 'em.
for Best Picture.
Okay.
Best
Seen
Picture
'em all.
2022 or whatever.
I mean, we
23.
say this every year, and I'm going to say it again. I mean, the Oscars are kind of like meh, right? I mean, like, who really cares? About
Let's
the
find
Oscars
out.
Was it the
anymore?
Oscars last year? The
Yeah,
slap
you got
heard
slapped.
across the world.
And
Yes.
Wow.
Chris Rock just addressed that.
He did. He
last
just
week. He
did.
finally said something.
No, Sunday
In a
or
comedy
Saturday
special,
night.
right?
comedy
Yeah, it was a
special.
live,
Netflix
It was Netflix's
live.
first live comedy special. So you clicked into Netflix and you
Oh.
watched it live.
That's interesting. Did you watch it?
No, I just heard about it. It was at like 7 p.m. on Saturday. For us, it was what? Then it would be 10 p.m. on the East Coast
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
Sure.
It was a weird time for us. I remember that. It was like 6 or 7. And I was
The
like, "That's
Academy insists that nobody will be getting slapped this year.
They insist.
I'd like to
They
see
can't
them
promise.
try.
Oh.
They've
They
heightened
can't
security.
promise that.
No, they can't. Of course, they can try. Here we go. Best Picture nominees.
Go ahead.
Seen them all.
Women Talking.
Seen it.
Who knows?
The Banshees of Inisherin.
Freaking
I
awful.
feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that's
Kara,
not okay.
Kara and I have watched
Keep
them
going.
all, so hold your opinions to yourself for a
Wait,
second.
you
I want to
watched
see.
them all?
Hold
Yeah,
on.
That was their. That was their goal.
One
was to watch
phrase
them
from
all.
me. Keep going.
Feels like
No,
I'm not
no,
even your guys'
just
friend.
hold,
I've never
hold
even
your
heard
opinions to yourself. Kara and I have made it our mission, like a month ago, to watch all of these movies, and we've watched all but one.
What's the only one you haven't watched? Interstellar?
Women Talking.
Oh, okay.
Interstellar? No, really? You haven't seen Interstellar?
We can watch women talking tonight.
The Triangle of Sadness. Any thoughts?
I haven't
Sad.
seen it.
You told me to keep my mouth
I
shut.
haven't
I'm
seen
not
it.
asking you. I'm not asking
Yeah,
you.
he's
I'm
asking
asking
us.
these two.
Sounds
It does.
sad.
Have nobody seen it? Okay. The Fablemans.
Haven't seen it.
Heard
Okay.
about it.
Okay. All Quiet on the Western Front.
Nope.
Isn't that old?
Yeah, it's a remake.
Oh,
It's
Third remake.
remakes never do
Uh,
well.
Avatar 2
Oh,
is nominated for Best
disgusting.
Picture.
Why?
Oh, How many
Haven't seen
nominees
it?
are there?
No.
No, okay, definitely not. There's 10 movies nominated.
gosh.
Elvis.
Ugh.
Heard good things. Never saw
Over
it.
Okay,
Austin.
okay. Over Austin Butler.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
All right.
A
Just
movie
chill out.
called Tar.
No. I
Sounds
haven't seen
good.
it.
T-A-R.
Is Feather the next one?
Okay, nice. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
It's funny.
And finally, you're not going to believe this one. Top Gun Maverick.
Saw Top Gun. I love Top Gun.
Nominated for Best Picture.
I did like Top Gun. I'm not gonna lie.
As far as like Oscar nominated movies go, I wouldn't put that one mostly because I feel like a lot of pretentious movies get nominated.
All of these movies were pretentious, so they needed one
Yeah, I was gonna
normal movie.
say it's kind of weird that I mean, I guess I'm not necessarily like the standard internet user, but
Certainly not.
I feel like I've never heard of 90% of those movies.
I hadn't either. I'd only seen when we started
So why
this
are
mission.
they nominated for Best Picture? Because they're clearly not movies that are like seen by the general public.
No, and they never are. I feel like the critically acclaimed movies and the like you'll never see a Marvel movie on a
Yeah, it was a whole
Thank
thing,
God.
right?
on
Okay.
a nomination.
Screw you.
Kara, you've seen all but one of those movies.
Yeah.
What's your pick?
Can you go
Which
through
one
them
haven't you
again?
seen?
And I'll do my like.
Which one have you
phrase-
seen?
The only
No,
the
don't do
only one
that.
the two of us haven't seen is
Women
Talking.
Oh, okay.
Top Gun, Everything Everywhere, Banshees, Triangle of Sadness, Fablemans, All Quiet, Avatar, Elvis, Tar. What's your pick?
No, read them.
I'm not
No,
going
And
to
then I'll
that.
say
doing
my-
that. We're
That's
not
bad
doing that.
podcasting.
Fine. My
Bad.
pick for win.
Okay.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Never saw it. I heard good things about it though.
It was really good. It was fantastic.
They
actually.
Really? I'll
they
have to
have
watch it.
swept every award show. The BAFTAs, the SAG
So
Awards.
many
Yes.
award shows.
Yes.
A lot.
Yeah, there is a lot of organizations. My pick, personally, I think it's going to.
Oh, we're choosing. I'm gonna choose Top Gun. It's the only one I've seen. So
That's a
I guess
good
I'm
pick.
choosing that one.
That's a good pick.
I won't win, but
It's
I'm gonna
not.
choose it.
It's definitely the fan favorite, I'd say. I'm going with The Fablemans.
Yeah, that's a close second.
It's a story of Steven Spielberg's young child's.
Oh, I
childhood
heard about
life.
this.
Yeah.
I saw an
Yeah.
interview where he was saying that they casted his mom and dad, and that he'd seen them individually, but he hadn't seen them together. The first time he saw them together was when they were on set, and he said that's like the moment he saw the two actors together, he started bursting into tears, like crying, because
Yeah.
he just like couldn't. He had never seen his parents together for so long.
Really expensive therapy. I'll tell you that much. Multi-million-dollar therapy.
Guys, I
Did it
do
make
want
any
to
money?
see. I do wish
What's that?
Did it
for
make
us.
any money?
Oh yeah, it killed.
Oh, good.
I think.
I want us to watch Women Talking tonight. I just read the synopsis of what it is.
Okay.
And it's basically women in an isolated religious colony reveal the shocking secret about the colony's men, realizing that for years the men have drugged and raped them. They
Oh.
finally are. The truth comes out, and the women talk about their new situation.
Okay.
And
See,
then
we
in the
hadn't
thing
looked
it
up that
says-
movie at all.
It says, "Do nothing, stay and fight, or leave."
Oh wow.
Please stop ruining movies. We're gonna watch that.
Okay,
tonight.
I'm
That's
in.
that's the
That was
synopsis.
synopsis.
Okay, but don't go any further because I know you're gonna.
No,
go down
that's-
Is that our
rabbit hole.
movie we watched tonight?
We
'Cause
watched that
would-
tonight.
Okay,
that
so
would
that
finish
makes
out the
sense
10
that
for us.
we couldn't.
Yes.
It's on no streaming at all. We could barely find it anywhere.
Well, we'll find
Ooh,
it.
that's gonna be a tough one. I should have brought it.
You bought
Have
it?
I
Yeah, we have
acquired
it. Yeah, acquired.
You acquired
We
it.
acquired most of these
Annie,
movies.
what's your pick for?
How did you wait? Hold on. How did you acquire it?
Just
Acquire it.
gloss over it. Annie, what's your pick for Best Picture this year?
You acquired it illegally.
It's illegal.
Bleep that out. Bleep that out. Bleep that out.
I love that you the one you go to click is always
Mine,
a
mine
easiest one.
for best picture.
Yeah, sure. Out of all those, did you see Avatar?
Is Tar.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. Good
I
pick.
didn't see any of
I
them.
could see that.
Honestly, could be. It's Kate
That
Blanchett.
one. Okay, you love movies getting spoiled, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you this
please.
one's
I
for free.
love
Last one.
spoilers.
Last one I'm gonna give
Spoilers.
you for free.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers for Tar. She's a like well-known composer. No, not composer, but she's a conductor in like a symphony, and she's teaching classes and she's picking, seats, right, first violin or whatever.
Yeah.
But it turns out that she's like coming on to students. She's like this woman in power, but she's like fully grooming.
She's abusing it.
She's abusing the power. She gets canceled.
Good.
Okay,
Canceled.
because this video comes out that somebody like took a video in her Juilliard class or something and then cuts it together to be like, I hate you and I'm racist. Like it's like all
Yeah.
cut together. And she's like, that's not real, but she gets canceled anyways. The end.
It's a movie about.
She literally
being
goes off the deep
canceled.
end because it's like The biggest climax of the movie is she's not allowed to go to her own symphony that she like composed and like created.
Yes.
Because even though the music's been written like centuries ago, each conductor kind of rewrites it
Has
the way
their own
that they
take on it.
conduct it.
Yeah.
And she literally has it taken over by her second. And the whole climax is that she's hiding in the bathroom, and right before they start, she tackles.
Yeah.
the
She comes in front of
she's
everybody
like,
and
"This
like
is
beats 'em up.
mine."
Pretty
Yeah.
gnarly. Good watch.
Yeah,
I'd
that
say.
one. That's the one I choose.
Definitely
And
watch.
it ends with
Mine.
her like her conducting like super big, and you realize she's conducting for like a video game.
Like Comic-Con.
Like
some kind of video game music convention. or
Yeah.
something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Video game
Annie
music
will not be
convention.
watching that movie.
No, it was
based off
boring.
your
Seen it.
impression.
No,
was
I've
boring.
basically
Seen
seen
it.
it.
Well, that's your horse in the race.
was like
so
3 hours.
Good luck
That
to
is
you.
Tar.
What made you guys want to watch all the nominated movies?
I'm just
'Cause-
like, I hate award shows, but like I'm just intrigued by, the Hollywood thing and all the,
Totally.
Oh.
cinema.
Speaking of movies and whatnot,
Sure.
I have to redact a statement I previously said.
Oh,
Good for you.
Couple episodes ago, I said I was anti Jenna Ortega
Okay.
You did?
in Wednesday or
She says
something.
the craziest stuff on the
She
show.
did. I
Well,
do
maybe
remember
real-
this.
Yeah, I was like, she was like a Disney star. I don't care.
Don't promise a clip.
What
'cause
did
it's
she
not
do
coming.
to
No, no,
change
no,
your
no.
mind? What did she do to change your mind?
She was recently on Armchair Expert.
Oh.
And
Gosh.
really impressive interview. Was just really raw and real, just about like her own experience, her own insecurities, all this stuff. It was just such a good interview, and I was like, dang, she won me over. I'll never watch
Wow.
Wednesday, but she won me over.
You got to know
You
her.
should watch Wednesday. It's so good.
Yeah, I hear it's great.
Annie, I got a question for you. With all the time that you've saved by not watching any TV, any movies, what are you up to these days? Like, what kind of big milestones in your life are happening because
Nothing.
you're just not watching damn near anything, I think.
My hours on TikTok skyrocketed.
Oh,
Any big
geez,
TikTok
screen time.
takeaways? I did
Oh,
see
so
a
many good
clip
things.
from that podcast this week.
Yes,
of,
it was great.
Of
Funny.
Jen Ortega. I felt the same way.
Not
I
so
was
much
like,
funny. She just is very composed. She's very, very good.
The
She
clip
talks
I-
about shitting
very
herself
good.
right away.
oh, wow.
Yeah, and that like really won over Dax Shepard, who was like, "You're real. I love it." She was like,
There's
"Yeah,
some, there's
I'd shit
some
myself."
phrases or like sometimes the way she talks,
Uh-huh.
kind of like
Isn't she like 16?
no, she's
20.
21, 20,
Yeah,
20.
she's like,
Sometimes the way that she talks,
Okay.
it's like the way that you're talking is making it sound like you're better than everyone else.
That's
Well,
like
she's
all
a,
of Hollywood.
I
young,
kinda get
a
that.
young
She's-
child
yeah,
adult
yeah.
actor, right? I mean,
I know,
Yeah,
but
she
she's
started acting
she
at,
like
like,
she talks like
12.
she's seen things,
oh.
and it's like
when
you're
she's
20.
when did she start acting?
she started acting
Like 13?
yeah, 13,
She
12.
probably has seen things.
Yeah, she's probably seen.
Oh,
It was
Hold on.
interesting. 'cause
more
she,
like
she
wars.
grew up in
like she's seen wars.
Oh, like,
Like she's I've seen
theater.
COVID.
oh yeah.
Like
Yeah,
It
we
was
all saw
interesting because
COVID.
Dax Shepard was talking, and like at the end of the episode, he does a fact check.
uh-huh.
And he and Monica were talking about it, and he was like, "What's so weird is I have this girl sitting across from me, and she's a full adult, and we have culturally like nothing in common. Like
Okay.
our music is completely different. Our movies we've seen are completely different. The TV show, like he was making references, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't know that person,"
Sure.
and he was just like had to keep going, but yet she is now like on.
The
He was kind of
Hollywood,
saying, yeah, he
greater
was like,
Hollywood, yeah.
and if you're gonna like boil it down, like we are both, quote unquote famous actors.
Sure.
Like we hold to a same title to some degree, and this girl and I have practically nothing in common.
Wow.
It was
that's got to
interesting.
drive him crazy.
He was pretty chill about it from the podcast he produced, edited, and put out.
Mm.
The completely,
Must have drove him crazy.
it probably,
The
he's probably
irrelevance,
pissed.
you know what I mean?
I think he's probably more relevant than
Jen
her.
Ortega, you think?
Yeah. In
Yes.
my world, he is.
I agree.
I will
I
say
see you,
we're,
Dax.
we're talking a lot lately about Gen Z, the next generation coming up. Something that I admire them for, but also kind of dislike them for.
Oh, okay.
It's a two-edged sword. This observation
Mm-hmm.
is they have no regard for like the past, like references to things. You know what I'm talking about? Like even that I'm like is so telling when Dax Shepard is talking about an actor or a movie or whatever, and she's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Like they form their opinions based on their peer group, and that's kind of it. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah, because even we know of actors that were quote unquote before our time, or movies that were before our time. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
And I see what you're saying though. Like as far as these young new,
Or maybe that's
actors
just
are
how I'm feeling personally, because I feel like I fall victim to that whole like looking back thing all the time, where I'm like,
no. But if you're going to be an actor, like if your job is like I'm an actor and actress, like there's something to say about. Well, I guess there's two ways you could kind of go about it. I mean, you could come in with your own style and be like, this is who I am, and that's it. But or like I feel like there is like a rich history when it comes to like cinema and actors and that Hollywood at large. It's like if you're not doing like some research to be like this is where acting was and this is where it is, like it's kind of somewhat irresponsible, right?
but I think it is just the former. They're just making it their own thing.
Well, that's if I was in Jenna Ortega's shoes, I'd be like, yeah, I want to know the history. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what's been made, like at certain places,
Maybe,
by who,
or
you know
you'd be like, I'm on Netflix, so I'm good.
Yes.
Well, that's obviously
hard to
take,
say.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Like I'm sure they know to some degree, but like I was listening to this podcast that goes through the history of I Love Lucy.
Love.
And Lucy and Desi's real relationship. And it was really interesting because it talked about how like the amount of firsts she represented that no one really, like everyone just assumes is like, oh yeah, and like we have this now. Like she was the first person to ever, keep their job while pregnant as a female actress.
Wow, yeah.
Like
totally.
she wasn't written off her TV show. She like they just went with it.
I mean,
they showed
they made like one of the first big like deals, right? With
they owned their own, like they owned the show.
Yeah.
They were the first, they like, instead of getting
Cut
like
in
a
as
lump
producers.
sum,
Yeah.
they were like, we own the rights to it. And that's our payment.
In an era that was like actors they were like
They
lucky to be there.
They
at
were
every
still getting
corner.
arranged marriages. Actors were
Yeah.
getting married because the studios were arranging marriages for them.
That's so
which is
crazy.
like
Simpler
insane
times.
to think about. That's Debbie Reynolds.
Marilyn Monroe, right?
Yeah,
Same
like
thing.
everyone was arranged marriages. And I was like, who just thought that was okay? It was like, and you know what? We'll put him with this person.
marketing.
Publicity.
What's that?
Publicity.
Just marketing is.
But
what
it's
it
just
is.
like
Yeah.
crazy. Like in the fact that they're like the
they
reason
had that much pull over people's lives.
yeah, and the reason that they had never had a woman be pregnant on a TV show before was because it alluded to the fact that her and her husband had sex. And now we have freaking Euphoria. That
Awesome. Love
yeah.
that
like
show.
Game of Thrones. Like what is that?
Big into Euphoria. Never saw Game of Thrones, believe it or not.
You
got into
never
that.
saw Game of Thrones ever?
Never got into that
I
show.
only watched the last season, which
Was there a
That's
lot of
right.
sex in it? Is that why?
no, the last season was pretty mild from what I heard. But you know
You
what?
did research.
It was, I guess the last season notoriously was seen as kind of like a bust in the grand scheme of the
Yeah,
show.
that's right. Everyone was all up in arms about it.
Yeah, but if you've
There's
never
a lot
seen
of
nothing
drama.
else, it was great. It
We
was
should watch
awesome.
it.
Yeah. I think the
All of it?
problem. All,
Right.
That's
right
a
now?
lot. That's a lot of.
That was like a bit
You
on
wanna-
James
you
Corden's
wanna
show.
watch-
They had,
Before
he had
or
one of
after
his
women talking.
he had one of his
During.
interns watch the whole Game of Thrones, like put him in a room at the studio and was like,
Yeah.
you can't come out until you watch all of Game of Thrones. And he like had to watch all the seasons at the time or
Do
whatever.
you
I
think that's
take
abuse?
naps. Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate-
that
I
seems
hate
like
that
abuse
guy.
of power.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah,
Shout out
Hollywood's
to
not
James
usually into
Corden.
that.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah, he's leaving. Did you see Jamie Lee Curtis? What she said about him though?
No, wouldn't you?
She like did this really like genuine like we're gonna miss you on his show in front of his
I
audience.
think that's a problem. Or
No. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Right on.
And she's like, you were the best at what you did. Jamie Lee Curtis, which I really like her, but I
Love
felt
her.
like really off base her claim, or like what she was saying, because like James Corden is fine, but I don't know that you go out of your way to be like you were monumental in the space.
I do
you
think
know?
he changed the late night game a lot. I don't think necessarily in the best way.
Examples.
Just kidding. I don't know
None.
what's on Twitch.
I think like there's a cultural moment of like carpool karaoke and
Oh,
these
yeah.
big moments, these like bits
That was
that
kinda
he
internet,
created.
though, wasn't it? I mean, like those went viral on the internet. They didn't necessarily
But that's-
bring more people to the show.
But that's one and the same nowadays.
And the same could be said for Jimmy Fallon too. Like a lot of his clips. I don't know. I mean, late night in general on TV as it stands is like the worst it's ever been. Worst ratings, worst
Oh, yeah.
viewership it's ever been. not in quality, but in viewership. But it has this second life on the internet. So it's like you're both right, I think.
Yeah.
But I
There's-
don't know. I think it's ready to. I think it's a
I think-
signifier of a bigger thing. Like it's ready to not.
Exist.
Arthur
Exists.
is dreaming hard right now.
It's
Can you hear him
He'll be
snoring?
fine. He'll be fine. He'll be
He's
fine.
chasing rabbits.
Oh.
Sounds like
Dog
he's growing.
ASMR. Oh shoot. He's sawing
He also
lawns.
he sneezes a lot. I think he has bad
Asthma.
sinuses.
Oh,
Doggy asthma.
Yeah.
sinuses. It's so cute. Okay,
Enough.
that's enough
Thank
of
you.
him.
It's so
Jeez.
cute.
That's enough of
I
his.
literally,
Good
my arm has
Lord.
been on him, and I
Thank
felt
you.
vibration. I was like, "Oh, he's snoring."
But he's leaving. James Corden's leaving.
Yeah, he's leaving.
On his way
Goodbye.
out.
But he was kind of sweet. Did you see his statement about it though? He was like, okay, nobody saw any of this. Great. I'll just
You're the
fill you
No.
in.
You're the light. You're
He-
the late night news.
They were talking about.
correspondent.
Somebody was asking him about it in an interview. Like, so you're leaving? Like, what's the deal? Because everyone thought maybe it might have been like a contract thing or like a network thing. And he was like, honestly, he's like, He said he had these moments where, his kids are like,
That's not how he said it though.
no.
Say it like he says it.
I'm
How
not
does he
saying
talk?
that.
How did he
I'm
say
not-
it?
I'm saying
Say it how he says it.
He said he had these moments with his kids where his son like wanted they were supposed to like go on a family trip and he had to go film for a movie or like had to go film something for the show and his son was like really crushed because like they had this plan and it had to get changed because of work and he's like I have to go to work and then he said he had this realization where he was like me and my wife always talked about going back to England and like settling down where we grew up with our kids and like doing like being in like our home country and he's like he's like I saw this my son like being so disappointed and me being so consumed by work. He's like it was just time to like let it go and go back to what we said we were going to do. And I thought that was sweet because I think a lot of people would look. I mean, and I guess I assumed too about James that he was just like very money minded. I think a lot of those people in that industry are. It's like, well, I can make another. I don't know how much they get paid on a season of late night, but I can make another this amount. If I do this for 5 more years, I could maybe retire. And he just like is fully walking away with it. Walking away from it because he has decent ratings. They're all bad, but like in the scheme of all the late nights. He's like
Sure.
he's like in the 2 or 3 spot. It's like it's not that bad considering. So it's
Right.
like when you look at it that way, he probably could have gotten renewed for a couple more seasons, but because of his family, he's like taking a back step. And I was like, that's kind of
Now
cool.
that the damage is already done, like he's already lost connection with his son, it'll
Well,
never be the same.
I mean, some would
Now
say
he's gonna
that's
try
a nice move to so okay. I obviously have been neglecting my family, so I'm going to
Yeah.
make the right choice and stop. It's better than him going, well, it's already damaged, so I should just keep going, right?
Do you want to
ahead.
know how much his annual salary was
I don't
Probably
wanna know.
Awful. I would say.
from CBS?
I just read that Jim-
Annually,
Mm-hmm.
50 mil.
No. It's way too high, right?
Guess.
I would say 15 to 16 million.
Carrie, you have a guess?
75 mil.
$36 million
wow.
a year.
Wow, that's
36 mil every year.
Yeah.
Right, so basically, I wasn't seeing my
We were
kids
waiting
enough, and basically, I'm going back
surprised
to
you don't like
England.
that. You
What?
don't believe it? Like,
What,
what's your
James
beef?
Corden?
What's your beef with that response?
I don't
Damn.
know. I think
I
it's
just heard he's an awful person.
yeah, it's convenient that he's been in the news a lot for like
They all
berating waiters and stuff. No, Jimmy Fallon, nicest guy on earth apparently.
No, I've heard horrible things about
Sweetheart.
Jimmy Fallon.
Alcoholic. So
just an alcoholic.
Okay,
It's fine.
so
choose.
okay, is he gonna?
Choose
if
your
he's going
poison.
into a restaurant, if you let's say
Oh.
you're a waiter, who do you want coming in? Alcoholic guy who's gonna
I
get
don't want
drunk
any
and
of
have a good
them.
time.
I want none
or
of them.
James Corden who like
Berates
berates you for bringing your salad wrong or something.
I've heard bad things about James Corden before. James Whithall? I can't remember his name.
There's a lot
But
of
his
Jimmys
old
and
his
James.
old writing partner has
Yeah.
not said great things about him.
Yeah. So
Sure.
Dick.
I mean, yeah. Okay, he's going, guys. Don't worry. He's leaving. You
Back
never have
to
hear his
England.
name.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Oh,
bye.
Speaking of England,
Oh, great.
do
Oh.
Are the Queen's dead?
Corgis?
That was
Long
last
live
the
year.
Queen
Queen.
is dead.
Wait, did the Queen die
Charles
this year?
still hasn't found anyone to play at his
Oh.
coronation.
Oh,
This is cracking
or
me
his,
up.
or his Camilla's
This is
coronation,
killing
whatever.
me.
The
Wait.
coronation.
people
Camilla.
keep turning him down.
People,
Yeah.
everyone has turned him
Harry
down.
Styles.
Harry
Spice
Styles,
Girls.
Elton John.
The Spice Girls turned him down.
Imagine the Spice Girls. That would have been
Spice
awesome.
Girls.
What is
Girls
this
were
for?
like-
His coronation?
No, it's for Camilla being coronated in as whatever, some coronation for Camilla.
Wait, doesn't
and they're
he
like,
have a coronation,
no.
though?
But I think he already technically had it, didn't he? Maybe it's his coronation.
I feel like I would've
it's
seen
a
that.
coronation.
Oof.
I don't think
it's
Camilla
his,
gets
and they
it.
Is it
share
his?
but the reason is because of Camilla.
Yeah,
like
people are
it's
like,
his
nah.
coronation, but like they're all taking the stand of like, well, we
Right,
don't
right.
like Camilla, you know. The whole
Right,
thing.
right. We don't like Camilla.
Basically, we don't
Basically,
care for that
We don't really care.
Camilla.
We don't really care for
And it was a
Camilla,
big deal.
so we
Everyone's
don't
freaking
want
out
to
about
the coronation.
Styles.
All right, everyone's
Harry
freaking out
Styles.
about the.
Amazing job.
This is a problem.
I told you we should never
This
give
is
him a
a
sound
big
effect thing.
problem.
After the
Big glowing
25 hour, I
button.
thought we talked about that. I thought we said
I'm gonna
we'd
put
never
a
give him
plastic
sound
cover
effect.
over the whole thing.
Really defeats the purpose of the glowing buttons.
But Harry Styles is also in the news recently.
Oh.
Dun dun
What he
dun.
do?
He deleted.
Oh,
his
he had
Instagram
an
story.
Instagram story.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
him. He had
It's not
said,
nothing bad.
I think on James Corden, like his guilty pleasure was working out to One Direction songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then he posted a picture of him wearing a One Direction shirt in the gym.
That's funny.
In the gym.
And everyone
And then it got deleted.
freaked out, and he deleted
He did it on
right away.
purpose. He sings freaking "What Makes You Beautiful" at his concerts.
Why would he delete it?
I don't know.
What's the problem with him liking his old band's
His former
music?
band,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I
I
mean,
don't because they all have
confused.
beef with each other. I don't know.
It seems like he doesn't have beef, or
Well,
or
he-
was he doing it ironically? Like,
didn't
f these guys. I'm more famous than
Liam
them.
say that he was like,
Yeah, Liam.
Yes.
F you,
The
Liam.
talented one.
yeah.
He was like,
Yeah,
it was
that's
all for
crazy.
me.
Which is so funny because
Like,
like
you would
even
not
if
be
he
here without
was
me.
at the time, like read the room, man. Like you were not the star anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
even if you
No one cares
were
about you, Liam.
when it started,
That's probably why he's like, I was the famous one back then.
And Niall Horan just dropped
That
his
was
new
great.
album.
Niall
That was
Horan is a
great.
new judge on The Voice.
Yeah.
Aw, I love
Ew.
Niall. Niall Stan.
help me keep it straight here. Liam's the brown-haired one.
Liam's the brown-haired, like swoosh pretty boy.
Okay.
Zayn is the dark features.
Okay. Yes.
Niall is the blonde.
He was
Spiky
the blonde.
hair blonde.
Spiky hair
Doesn't
blonde.
matter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Harry,
Harry
Harry.
Styles.
And Louis is the other one.
And Louis is the other one.
and Louis there too.
Louis there
And
too.
Louis there too.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Nice.
What's crazy is they have had solo careers longer than they were together.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
people
yeah,
were forever.
Sure. They burn
were
bright.
Cray.
Forever
They
known
burned
as
out.
One Direction.
kinda
Niall,
like the
Niall
Beatles.
did like a big like
Oh, can you hear me?
for his new album. He did like a candle, like a
Candle collection.
just one candle, just out of his merch
Scent
or
of
whatever, and there was
Nile.
only like 1,000 made, and you were like
Stupid.
you put yourself in a raffle,
Boo.
and people like you were surprised
How much
when
was
you
this?
got it.
How much
I
was
don't
this
know.
candle?
I don't know, but it was supposed to smell like
Wrong
him.
one. Wrong one. Sorry.
So
What is
what
that
the?
It's the crickets. I meant to do this one.
Sounds like mice.
This is.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I
Okay,
can't hear
that was-
this. I can't hear this.
There's a
Overlapping.
What's the wah one? Is that this one?
Wow, wow.
No, it's gotta be this one.
Go
It doesn't matter.
Let it
No,
rip.
Hit it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Come on. Hit it.
Well, I'm still playing the music.
And you're growing its
With you
pains.
guys.
Yeah.
True. Amen.
Hey, speaking of boy bands,
What's
Yeah.
up?
You're starting a boy band.
Boy bands?
yes.
Oh.
You guys remember the Jonas Brothers?
Oh. Yes.
I
know what he's gonna bring
think
up.
so.
Joe, Kevin, Nick, Kevin, right? Remember Kevin?
Kevin,
Jonas?
Love
remember?
those guys.
Frankie?
Huge.
Frankie.
They just announced they're doing 5 nights on Broadway.
Pass.
In what? Doing what?
John,
Just a
what
concert.
do you like?
I just think like why are they doing Broadway? Like just go on tour again. What's
They're-
the deal?
Hey, John,
I
have
think
you ever
they're-
done
John.
Broadway?
let me break this down for you. 5 nights, 5
Yeah.
albums. Every night they're doing a different performance of their full, like start to finish
Okay, but
album.
why do it on Broadway?
Because they rented a theater
Badass.
that was
What do you mean?
available.
It's a more intimate setting than Honda Center.
Here it is.
True.
Ready?
It's cheaper.
Bear, it's flop.
Okay, you know what we're gonna do?
That
we're
is
gonna put
a
that in
crazy
between
take.
Kara
That
and
is such a
I.
crazy take.
Yeah,
Why?
wow.
I just don't understand why it's got to be on Broadway. Like
Oh, there
do
it
it at
is.
like the Grand Ole Opry or something. Like why take a spot on Broadway? I don't get it.
Because it's probably a theater that's empty right now.
Okay, but then why sell it as it's on Broadway? Like
'Cause it
just
is.
have it. Just have a 5
I'm
concert.
confused. I'm
Have you
confused.
been to Broadway?
Okay. Can I?
The
can
Grand
I,
Ole Opry would better suit the Jonas Brothers?
I don't know
Can-
anywhere else. Little anywhere else. Good.
imagine this.
Yeah.
They probably have already played the Grand Ole Opry.
true.
I'm sure they have. Wouldn't you jump at the chance? What the podcast on Broadway?
No, that would suck.
You're lying.
terrible.
Now you're just nailing
just-
in the
he is.
coffin just to
He
die
is.
on this point.
I just don't.
This is the hill you're gonna die on. If you had the
I think
chance,
there's the
miss?
rub is you don't get it.
No, you know what I miss though is when people would just
Sad to
stay
be
in
in
their
your mind.
lanes and just like do the things that they're good at.
Wow,
wait.
John
In your
has a
lane.
hard.
Yeah, I don't get it.
point
What
on
do you
this
what do you
one.
think they're going to be doing? Like some vaudeville routines
I
or
just don't understand why it has to be on Broadway. There's 1,000 theaters. You can't tell me it's because it's the theater that's available. They could rent out an arena and do that, and that would be sick.
Well, they're on.
you're
Well,
just
they're-
mad
they're
because you
in
can't get
Vegas
it.
That's
right
what I'm saying
now.
is I think they're doing the Vegas thing. They've been doing the arena thing since they've been a band.
Okay,
But
I
they
think it's just a new thing.
also they started kind of on Broadway.
That is
no,
Nick,
it's cool.
Nick
It's
and
cool. No,
Joe
it's
both
cool.
were
Like,
Broadway actors.
I'm excited
True.
for them. That's awesome.
wow.
That's
Cool.
all I have.
You know what? Kevin never got to be on
if you're
Broadway.
gonna ask
This
my
is his
opinion, I
chance.
think it's stupid, but that's it.
This
Nick
little
did
guy.
though, right? He was
Nick
in
and Joe were both Broadway actors
the
as children.
25th anniversary of Les Mis.
Les Mis.
That
He
was
was
Nick.
the little kid.
No, he was,
No, Nick
he
was
but
fancy
you're
boy.
Right, but he was the little kid.
he
was
was
the little kid growing
Gavroche
up.
growing up.
But then he grew
I
up
don't
and
know
he
the names of
became,
him, but he was the little kid.
What's
No,
his
and then he
face?
became the guy, the man.
Oh, he was the man.
He was
Yeah.
not the man, but
A
Not
man.
a boy.
what's
Boy
the
man.
numbers?
Boy man.
The
Boy
fuck
man.
are we talking about?
Boy, man.
24601.
name?
He was not 24601, but he was French boy
What's going on?
with Cosette.
Yes.
Got
yes.
it.
I don't know. his name.
Marius.
Marius.
He played
Oh.
Marius on Broadway.
The empty chairs at empty tables. That guy.
Yes, you're
Got
right.
it. Got it. No.
Hey guys, just hold for a second.
What's up?
Are you good? You all good?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Annie, are you okay?
What's up?
What just crossed your feet?
John, his foot touched my foot, and I thought it was a bug, and it literally that.
She twitched. She twitched hard.
That was awful. That was awful. Wow, guy.
Nice.
For real?
Really?
Wait, for real?
Yeah, for real. I hate bugs. If you ever want to just mental torture me, just lock me in a room. You remember that show Fear Factor?
Yeah.
When I literally would cry whenever I would watch it. I ended up stop watching it when they would do the bathtub of like roaches.
Yes, and they put the goggles
So
on you
bad.
and they just pour it in. Yeah.
We were just talking about that. Maybe I don't know if this is gonna get flagged. That show was so crazy. They used to like drink horse semen and stuff.
Yeah,
Do you
That's,
remember
that's
that?
what got him canceled.
Well, that
Really?
that episode.
Horse
That
semen?
episode, it was
Oh.
the donkey semen episode.
That is crazy.
Joe Rogan talked about it briefly in some
It
of
was
his
the
shows,
semen.
and he was like, honestly, he's like, it was so awful. He's like, everybody that was shooting that day was like, and when they were
Was
doing
he
it,
in it?
it was two
He
women.
was the host. Joe Rogan was.
Yeah, he
Oh.
was. He was when they rebooted it. The reboot got slammed because of this. They were going
Oh,
to reboot,
really?
and they started filming a whole season. They got to this episode, and it was these two women that were supposed to like. You had to drink this pitcher of horse semen, and the last one to do it, like first one to finish it, won. And they said that like the girls got sick, and everyone got sick watching it.
Yeah.
And he's like and at that point, like all the producers knew like. There's
This
no
is no
way,
way. Yeah.
we've gone too far, and we can't lower the bar, but we can't continue doing this.
Icarus flew too close to the
Yep.
semen.
So
But that
awful.
was like there was an episode of what's the one where the two pair the like people around the
Oh.
world they
Just got a phone call. You want to answer it?
no. What was it called? With people the Amazing Race. The Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race.
There was an episode of The Amazing Race that was similar to that, where they had to drink some sort of semen, and like if you spit any of it out, you had to get you had to restart before you get your clue.
awful.
No
there
quitters.
is a TV show right now that people have been comparing it to
Canceling.
Squid Games
Oh.
Okay.
because it's like those kind of
Yes.
games, and one of them people have been doing like it's like a TikTok challenge.
There's a Fear Factor
where-
show right now.
Yeah, but it's like it's on Asian television.
It's Korean,
Okay.
and they did the same. It's dubbed. The option is to have it dubbed, and it's like a real life version of Squid
Yeah.
Games. And they
So,
said
like-
that when Squid
That's right,
Games
I
came
heard
out,
about
that there was a reality TV show that was going to be based
Yeah.
on it, and so it's like a challenge show. But it's the same
Wow.
thing. It's the people in the masks. It's them all in the matching jumpsuits.
The one that I was seeing was they were all on like which I feel like I've seen it on like Amazing Grace or Fear Factor, is there's a big bar and you have to hang from it like with like under your armpits.
Okay.
And the water is slowly coming up and you have to like hold your breath
Oh God.
and just like stay there. I think it starts
scary.
with like you have to hang, and then if you fall onto a trampoline and then they add water into it, I don't know. Something like that.
Kind of
I
a
could
great
never.
concept when you think about it, though, because like
Squid Game for real.
Your host is like this masked, probably, voice dubbed person, and you don't have to like. Not that a lot of hosts get in trouble, but like there's no liability like by bringing somebody in. You know what I'm saying? Like if Ryan
Yeah.
Seacrest like had a mental breakdown, I'm sure like American Idol would have to like they'd have to like put out a statement. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like with this, it's like it's fully like ambiguous when
Anonymous.
it comes to like hosting, and a lot of the elements are just like
Cancel proof.
yeah, kind of. Like, I think so. I don't know. Maybe not.
Challenge
All they have to worry
accepted.
about is accidentally
Right?
killing one of their
People.
competitors.
Well,
Yeah.
Will it
that
be an
even feels
accident?
like maybe kind of cool press. I don't know.
And that seems like it'd be
No
great
press is
publicity.
no press is bad press.
Did you guys ever watch the show Masked Singer?
Only
Only
clips.
Yeah, so same. Yeah,
I've seen it.
Recently, Dick Van Dyke
Oh, I
was a
saw this.
contestant
Was
on
he?
Masked.
He
on
was.
Masked Singer.
He was.
How'd he do?
He did great. He eventually got. They
Yeah, got.
unmasked him.
Not got, but
not
like
not. He didn't get got
He didn't
people. This is
die.
not where you're hearing that news.
97.
But he's 96.
oh, I heard
90.
he's 97.
Oh, maybe
Good-looking
97 now.
dude, too.
90
and he's got his pep in his steps.
You guys,
still.
it's tap dancing.
late
Let me tell you.
end.
Tap dancing.
Yeah.
That's
that
the
makes you
key.
live forever.
It'll save your life.
I'd rather die. I think.
I
Wait, I'm
that
sorry.
show-
Can we have that thought
That's
fully done?
shocking.
I need that
That is
clip.
shocking.
What would
Breaking
you,
news.
What would you rather
Sean
do than
Albright.
tap dance?
I'm just kidding. I think
No,
it's
no, no,
funny.
say it again.
I
Full-
said I'd
full
rather
thought.
die. I was joking.
Then
though,
what? Rather die? I need a whole
than tap
statement.
dance. But I mean, that's cool. I don't know how to tap dance though. I feel like it's kind of late to learn.
I'm gonna bring up a clip of John tap dancing in some kind of show right now.
I was not tapped. I'd never tap danced.
And he never
think
will.
so.
He would rather die than tap
No,
dance.
I was
You'd
joking.
have to
All right,
kill
come
me.
on. All right.
You're gonna
I
have
got
to.
it.
You're making a lot of
That was
strong
a
statements.
joke though.
Send
You're
him to
really
the
pushing
guillotine.
it. I was joking that time.
The guillotine.
Jonas Brothers do not belong on Broadway, but I'm joking.
What if
this
they
time.
tap dance?
That is crazy.
This time I'm joking about Dick Van Dyke.
It's
I
not
think
like they're
cool.
joining like a tour of Hamilton or something. Like they're
Now, wait a
they're
minute.
performing their own songs, right?
Lin-Manuel
Sure.
Miranda and the Jonas Brothers.
Okay.
One night,
now
one
I
night
hate it.
only.
Now kill me.
No, I-
Here's why I don't like The Masked Singer. I think it's a dumb concept because of all the in between. No, listen. Celebrity singing, great. The parts that I don't
Fun.
like is like the mystery of like, who's that singer? They're like, here's a clue. He was a Rolling Stone. like, don't
Yes, the
don't
clues
lose
are
that
stupid.
Rolling Stone. It's like always like
It's like you're you're trying to solve a
this
murder.
45th
not-
president, but rocks. It's like I don't know who it could be. Like they always do that, right? Don't they?
And
they
yet
have a
they
little
get it wrong.
hint.
Yes,
Yes,
It's
and
a
they're like,
family
I'm gonna
show.
say it's Ken Jeong. It's like, no,
a-
he's the host.
It's a family show. It's so the
Judge.
kids can guess too.
It's for the kids.
It's
You're
lazy
right.
It's for the
TV though.
kids.
What kid is gonna know who
God,
Dick
you know
Van
what?
Dyke is?
That's it. Okay,
True.
you guys write some
True.
television. Damn
True.
it.
No, I'm all about that.
I love
The Masked Singer,
love it.
and I love kids.
Well-
and that's it.
You love kids.
I love kids.
To get just a little bit serious
Oh,
about
Oh,
some of our performers who are
Oh, go ahead.
being
Dying.
Quite a transition.
dragged down by a certain state.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
You could just
There
You
it goes.
didn't hear me transitioning?
No,
I said I love kids.
no.
I had a great thing. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, but,
Yeah.
but
We're going serious.
I like this
But it's
more
not
ambiguous
funny,
one.
is it? It's
Speaking of
serious.
This is
performers in
serious.
other
Speaking of getting
states,
dragged down.
Yeah, you
See,
didn't catch
How much
that.
better? How much better was
I
that?
literally
then?
said that, but it's
Oh,
fine.
really?
You didn't
yeah,
say that.
Karen
I
did
did.
say that.
You didn't,
Oh, I missed it.
but you didn't emphasize the drag.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I missed it.
Dragged
Emphasize.
Hey, just
down.
one more time into the camera.
Dragged. Where am I? Dragged down.
All right.
Not where am I? You're switching the video.
Freaking
Where am I?
Tennessee
Okay.
has become the first state to restrict drag performances. Annie,
Okay.
hold it together.
This is kind of hot topic right now.
It is comical
Yeah.
that they have banned
I've
this.
seen a lot of people posting about this.
So it says that
hope you switch
it
the
passed last week.
Okay.
It will go in effect in July.
Oh, it's happening. They
It's
did
like
it.
you can't like publicly. Be in
It says
drag.
limit adult cabaret performances on public property so as to shield them from the view of children, threatening violators with a misdemeanor and repeat offenders with a felony. It says that it defines an adult cabaret performance as a performance that features topless dancers, go-go dancers, exotic dancers, strippers, male or female impersonators who provide entertainment that appeals to prurient interest or similar entertainers.
Okay, so the Elvis impersonators are not going to like this one.
Wait.
First
You
of
done,
all.
Elvis?
Is this in public or in
Yeah.
they
So
don't
in
have strip
public
clubs in
places.
Tennessee?
This is in public.
So you could go to like here we have Lips, which
Lines.
is like a drag bar.
Yeah.
You could go to Lips and Lips isn't gonna
okay,
get shut
okay,
down.
okay.
But if they were to walk outside on the sidewalk
Lock
in
'em
their
up.
drag,
Yes.
they could get
You
a
couldn't do
a
like
misdemeanor.
drag Shakespeare in the Park.
No.
And maybe
I don't think
you
so.
Which
shouldn't?
now
Oh, I'd
but
like to
that's
see
what
that.
Shakespeare was.
That's right.
Shakespeare was all
that
drag.
Republican State Senator
You gotta
Jack
point there, Chief.
Johnson,
No relation.
I should probably
No relation.
take that my
who
bad.
sponsored the Tennessee
all
legislation,
them.
told CNN on Thursday that the bill was not meant to target drag performances. Yeah, right.
So I'm missing that. Were there a lot of public drag performances, like, or is it just petty, like doing what they can? Because you can't ban people from
Well, there was
having a drag bar and
Wasn't it a hot thing to do like
charging tickets for it.
drag queens reading to kids at library? Wasn't that like a trend or something like that recently?
Well, those are just pictures going around now because people are trying to spread awareness about this awful thing that has passed.
But that happens with a lot of bills. Is there's side effects that
Yeah.
might not be the heart of the bill, but that's what it's going to generate. Like that's going to
This
have
just
the
says
biggest effect.
It
Yeah.
says that the senator said, for clarification, this bill is not targeting any group. It does not ban drag shows in public. It simply puts age restrictions in place to ensure that children are not present at sexually explicit performances.
But it never does, right?
No.
I mean, like that was the
Yeah.
same thing they said about the Don't Say Gay bill. They're like, it's not specifically about
Yeah, but
gay
it's
sexualities. It's just
read
sexuality in
read
children.
between the lines. Like
Exactly. That's the whole thing.
we
And,
know what you're trying to do.
It's coded language, and it's just kind of a weird like thing. It's just another one of those things. Like why, like Tennessee obviously has other problems. They deal with homelessness and all of the other like problems that every other state does. Like, why would any politician be like, yeah, this is what I'm going to tackle, right?
Because it's a hot button topic. The elections around the corner. Like they're going to get press from that.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to put their mark on to
And
get
it's
the
a-
vast majority of voters.
Tennessee's a red state, yeah?
Yeah.
yes.
Right. So, I mean,
Tennessee.
there you have it. It's kind
Yeah.
It's
of hard to take.
another thing that is happening, which this is funny to me. Walgreens, the company Walgreens has agreed to ban the abortion pill in all Walgreens.
Oh.
So they said we will no
Yep.
longer provide the abortion pill, which they keep saying abortion pill, which is are they
It's
saying
Plan
Plan
B.
B?
Plan
It's
B.
Plan B,
Plan B.
which technically is an abortion pill
Yeah,
because it terminates anything.
it
Okay.
like causes you to
Yeah.
shed. Yeah.
But yeah, when they call it, just call it. Well, it's
Yeah.
probably because there's so many different brands of Plan B. They
Probably.
can't just say. We all know what it is.
So and
do.
also they're
We do.
trying to really target it of like it's an abortion pill.
Or are they
Pill.
talking about how you can, because there are pills that you take in the first, trimester of
But
pregnancy.
those I
that-
think
Those
are
aren't
from
over
a
the counter.
hospital. Yeah, you have to get it at a hospital, and I don't
Or Planned
think
Parenthood.
because those are like
How does
when you
Planned
have like a
Parenthood hand that out?
miscarriage because they have a clinic. So if you have like a
Oh,
miscarriage,
okay.
you can go to Planned Parenthood and they'll
So Walgreens says we're not going to sell abortion pills anymore, Plan B anymore.
yeah.
Yes.
And then do you know what Gavin Newsom says?
What do you say?
He says, "Fine, then we're not gonna have Walgreens anymore. California bans you."
Yep.
He
No, you.
literally,
He said, "No, you."
he Uno reversed them and said, "Fine."
He truly did.
So he's
Gavin
banning
Newsom.
Walgreens from
Can he do
California.
that?
Yeah, he's trying to get rid of all Walgreens, which that's where I don't know if he can because they're franchised.
Yeah,
I
that's
believe
kinda
like it's
weird.
like someone owns the local Walgreens.
Maybe he could like deem them as like unconstitutional practices or
I
something.
will say I've noticed recently Walgreens kind of been going down anyway. Like
Who goes to Walgreens?
yeah,
They print.
They don't
photos
have
very
thr-
fast.
they don't
Oh,
they don't have Thrifty's ice cream like Rite Aid. Like why? why go?
true.
Bring back.
And they
Rite
don't
Aid.
have the receipts like CVS.
That's right.
Like, what do
All
they
right,
have
well,
going
you,
for
you
that?
like those receipts.
If they had longer
to know.
receipts, they'd be.
They don't
better
have a
business.
thing, you know? Like, what are
Like,
they?
what's
Like
their
a
brand?
drugstore?
You know what I'm saying? What's your brand? That's all I'm asking.
What, like, do you have receipts, ice cream? Like, what is it?
I was under the impression that CVS and Walgreens were the same company.
No.
Different.
I don't know. But they might be the
Walgreens
same.
are on the corner of Happy and Healthy.
They're always on a corner. Did you know that?
Always on a corner.
No,
Yes,
no,
they
they're
are.
not.
Every location's on a corner.
And if they
Wait,
have their
intentionally?
they
Dead
have
serious.
their doors are on the like at the point of their like if you ever go into a Walgreens, you notice
yes.
that their doors are like
Yes.
at the corner of the store.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, I was in a Walgreens today.
What?
No,
I
doing
went into a
what?
Walgreens. I was
What did
buying
you
some
get an
film.
abortion pill
Yeah.
for yourself to see what it would be like?
Whoa.
Interesting. I
So
wonder
far-
what that would do to you.
So far, not great.
Yeah.
You feeling emotional?
No, just in a lot of pain.
Okay.
A lot of pain. I haven't peed
You go,
either.
I
today,
feel like
so.
there's an organ shedding that I don't have.
Something I didn't know I had is closing.
So up to you.
That's what that does.
So you know, CVS is owned by Walgreens.
Oh my gosh,
Walgreens
Ryan.
is an American company that operates the second largest pharmaceutical chain, which is CVS.
Okay, well now here's the thing, Gavin. What are you gonna do?
You can't
You
get rid
can't-
of CVS.
They have the receipts.
They've got the receipts.
Okay, but Walgreens put out that they're not doing the pill.
I would love.
CVS still is.
Well, CVS is a pharmaceutical company, so they probably have a medical grade
Yeah.
option that you need.
Are they?
They're a pharmaceutical.
Well,
But
so is
Walgreens has
Walgreens.
a pharmacy.
Where does Dwayne Reed
CVS
go in
is
this?
the
boy.
pharmacy in Walgreens. We're talking about the same
Dwayne
thing.
Reed is owned by Walgreens.
Yeah, we need to hear from Dwayne Reed.
I will say it is kind of
Rite Aid all the way.
True.
I don't know how I feel about. I mean, obviously, I don't like that Walgreens is banning that, but I don't know how I feel about Newsom banning Walgreens. Like,
Yeah,
that's
just
kind of a
two
weird
rights
move
make a wrong.
because I'm
you know?
like,
Well, it's in
is
a
that, like,
statement.
is
It was
that
because
cool? Like, I don't know.
it was because it's taking that away. It's taking away women's rights and
Straight up.
ability to choose. So he's going with that whole.
if we want to really
that
do that,
cadence.
like just pay us the same. You know, like is that really that hard?
Just give
He
us the
won't dare
pills
let
for
you
free.
get the same
He
pay,
will.
but
He will not
ban
make it a law
Walgreens
to
for
pay
you.
us the same, but you will not have Walgreens.
That is
I think
funny.
isn't the women's pay thing? It's more like a company by company basis, right? There's no like.
True.
It's like corporate.
It's corporate, right?
Yeah,
like
it's like big corporate
I'm not-
businesses.
Because I'm not saying that, like I don't think a law might regulate
Here's the thing.
that, but
Many moons ago, there was a thing called the ERA, the Equal Rights Amendment,
okay.
that literally got voted on and did not get passed.
Wow.
What does
Like,
that mean?
so
Men
like,
and women are equal rights.
so they already voted on it and they squashed it. So like, I think you can't re-vote on it. I think you'd have to remake it into something else. But literally, it did not get passed by Congress. Equal
It might
rights.
Be interesting to read. What was the basis of the
Yeah,
bill?
what was in it?
Like you guys?
I
women
read
have
it
equal
forever
rights.
ago, but it was basically it was like the 70s when it got voted on.
Oh, okay. So it's back in that
Got it.
era.
It was like just make it equal, like equal pay. You can't judge on the
pay
basis
is
of
already
sex
such a subjective thing
or
based off
race.
experience and experience. In,
yeah,
in
but when you
education,
find out that
so-
someone in the same exact position as you is making
That's
X
Sandra
amount
Moss,
more.
our local former news lady over at
Yes.
KUSI. There's a major
yeah, something like that.
lawsuit. She's suing all of her. She's suing the studio, I guess, KUSI, because she found out over the course of her career, like 20 years or something, all of her.
Male co-host.
No, it was his. Because she was on the news with one specific co-host anchor.
And he was making like
He was making
twice her salary or something.
Twice her salary.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's suing KUSI for
That
lost
is
wages.
crazy.
Yep, she'll probably get it too, or
Oh,
they'll
she
settle
definitely
out.
will.
They'll settle out.
Yeah,
Probably,
they'll probably
They always do.
give her a
Like-
big bucket of money.
yeah.
What sucks is looking back.
Suitcase
It's
full.
like I wish she would have been able to find out his pay when they first signed,
Yeah.
and her be like, "I want this pay."
Well, and
because that
then
would have
that's-
remedied it. Obviously, They're
That's
working
hard
the same
too,
job.
right? Like because I'm a big proponent about negotiating your pay.
Yeah.
And so, like, I have two friends who work in the same position at a school. They work as like these aides in schools, and they're in the same job, different school sites. But one gets paid a lot more because she negotiated when she walked in. They wanted to pay her, $7 less than what she was making at her last job, and she said, no, like you can match it and I'll come in for same, or you can go higher, but like I will not take a pay cut for quote unquote promotion, a job that's going to have more work. And they
They really were
agreed.
trying
They
to
said,
get her to
okay,
get a
like,
pay cut for promotion.
well,
That's
because that
incredible.
was just their going rate. Like, this is what we pay this position. And she negotiated
company
higher. Yeah, new school.
Okay, cool. That makes sense.
But it's that kind of
She
thing where
goes,
it's
but
like,
I'm doing twice, like
The work
way
that I
more the work
make.
that I was.
I
at
thought it was the
other
same company,
school.
and they were like, "We want to promote you, but we want to pay." cut
no,
your
no,
pay
no.
by
It was a different. It was, she was going to a different school.
It's not a promotion.
But so now this other friend's like, oh yeah, well they don't actually like. She looked at transferring to that school and she was like, oh well, they make less than me, and I was like, yeah, but you can also negotiate that. You can negotiate your pay. You can, like, what am I worth to you guys? What am I worth to me? And so it's hard in that sense of like, okay, well, maybe women need to step up more and negotiate more and be like, hey, this is like how, and ask for that clarity of like, well, how much is he making? How much are you paying him from the get go? Maybe we just need to break down those barriers. I mean, like,
Well, that's what I'm saying
don't
about
screw us over like that, but
the
come on.
legislative side. I'm like, I think if there is a law that makes sense, yes, obviously pass it. But pay
A transparency law?
transparency law.
Like,
that,
you
there
have
it
to be
is.
transparent
That's
about
probably it.
about what we've paid this position in the past
Right,
and going
sure.
rate.
I think maybe that's where the benefit is, because I'm like, pay is already subjective already.
Yeah.
It already is based off of like, if you have a degree, you get that little boost. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard to regulate, I would imagine, just in a company, like in a big company, like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, so where's the benefit of the legislation? Which is like transparency seems like the better option, but
if everyone just wore their number like on a
right,
Yeah, on a chain.
because
On
that's
our
why
sleeve.
a lot of
No, I like
places
chain.
will discourage like sharing what you earn like among your coworkers. Right?
I knew these people who worked at a church that got in trouble, and they were moving in together, and they were basically working for different ministries in the same position but different ministries. And they found out it was a high school and a middle school ministry, and the one working in the middle school ministry was getting paid like $4 to $5 an hour less than the high school ministry one. And they got in trouble for sharing each other's salary, and they were like, we're moving in, we have to know each other, what we make. Like,
That's against the law. You can't now it's like for them to ask you at all to do it. Like you are legally like inclined to share your information, and they can't ask you to not like have repercussions
Unless you sign an NDA.
but it's just crazy.
Yeah,
like,
if you sign an NDA, it's
like-
a bad idea. Don't ever sign an
don't
NDA.
ever sign away your rights.
I have multiple NDAs signed, saved on my computer.
Okay, we're gonna get into
Working
that
in
on the
politics.
podcast.
Working in politics. You just
the vaping
the vaping congressman.
True.
He really
I was
he
gonna
hit you with
say-
an NDA right off the bat. He's like, listen, you're gonna see some things and hear some things you're not gonna
Well,
like.
what you like working on his campaign
keep
and
your
stuff
mouth
like this.
shut.
I've worked multiple campaigns I've worked on. I've had to sign NDAs so you don't tell the
Care
other
to talk
people.
about that? Or
Terrifying.
No.
She can't.
She
Speaking of
NDA
big
last
salaries,
10 years.
NDA.
I'm transitioning to sports.
What?
It's kind of old news
Oh.
now, but Manny Machado signed an 11-year, $350
Oh
million.
my gosh, I was
contract
thinking you were
with the San Diego Padres.
I
and
was like,
I
you're
signed-
transitioning your own.
I signed with the Padres
You're-
for
you're
11
transitioning to
years.
Wow.
sports.
And
You're
Fan.
I'm
going
transitioning
from
out of tech into sports.
into sport.
I signed for 11 years. Fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this contract. I will say it's a little bit of controversy about the contract because
Why?
an 11-year deal is like
That's it. He's done.
he won't play after this contract for sure unless I don't know.
Maybe he'll
they figure out
Kelly
a way to
Slater
roll
it. You know,
back.
Kelly Slater won Pipeline at 50 years old. Maybe,
Yeah, sure.
maybe he'll
be
hit
41
a
by the
home
time it's
run.
over.
Baseball, you don't really do that so much.
You do get a longer life than most sports as far as a
Yeah.
career goes. The average career
Especially
in
if you're
football
not a
is 2
pitcher.
years,
Wasn't
so.
Babe Ruth like hella old?
No,
Wow.
the pictures were just black and white. He wasn't.
That is not what I'm
wasn't
saying.
old.
He was. I'm gonna look it up. He was hella old.
Wasn't everyone old back then?
Manny Machado,
Back
man.
in the day.
I think he's worth every cent, but there's a lot of controversy just because of the length of it, and people seem to think that the Padres are it's not necessarily untrue, but the Padres are spending a lot of money on players, which might cheapen a potential World Series win. Which,
You think so?
well, just because we're putting a lot of money out there, but then I think about the Yankees.
Worth
The
every
Yankees do
penny.
the same thing, right?
Sure.
Maybe it's not all in the same 2 months, but it's like the Yankees shell out probably just as much money. We just don't ever see it. We're seeing a
Yeah.
lot of it on the Padres side.
But I mean, it's not like his performance changes because he's making more money. It's
I
like
think I'm telling you right now,
he
I have
just sticks around.
I have a friend. Well, it's not necessarily a friend. I have a contact that's on the inside of the Padres, and
Me.
it's not your contact. It's not
It's
you.
me.
It's not you. And he says
like you've got
he
some
says
NDAs.
that this is the year that Padres is like going all in. Like they want
Just
a
first.
World
Give me
Series
give me
win.
first name.
What's
Just
that?
first name.
I can't tell you
Your
that.
contact.
I can't tell you that.
Franny.
Do I know this
can't do shit.
person?
Schmagato.
No, you don't know him. She knows him.
You've met him.
You met him once. Oh yeah,
No,
you might. You know him.
you probably know him.
He knows who you
I know
are.
him.
So, anyways, they
don't like
say they're
that.
going all in
Great
this
podcast,
year.
guys. Really good podcasting, by the way.
They
I
say
know
the
him, but
Padres
you
are
don't.
going all in. So, I'm excited for the season because it's gonna be fun to watch. But the next big contract to sign is Juan Soto and
King
who else is
worth every penny.
Bebo.
Fernando Tatis is happy to
Well, I
be
think
here.
doesn't Joe only have like a year?
No, Joe is 5 years.
Oh,
100
5 years.
million.
Joey Musgrove.
And Buddy broke his toe, so
He broke his toe.
he broke his toe.
Kicked his toe in the weight room. Yeah.
Dropped the dumbbell on it.
Hey, you
Oh,
can still pitch with a broken
owie.
toe though.
No,
so
they say that like the toe is hard because it's all about weight distribution when he pitches,
balance.
and toes take
Owie.
forever to heal.
He'll be fine.
Bruh, tape that sucker up.
He was
Tape
supposed
it
he
up.
was supposed to pitch opening day. Imagine that
He will.
opening day on
He'll
this
do it.
beautiful season, and he takes the mound, and now it's a
can't wait.
potential that he might not. But
Sitting in my box seats. Just
Nah, he'll be fine by opening
enjoying
weekend.
the game.
He's got a month.
I've got a contact over there at Petco Park.
we'll
you don't
see.
know him.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
You
don't
don't
know.
know him. You don't know him.
But I love the
Um,
Pods.
Kara, you know him. You've met him twice.
All right, you
I
know what?
guess.
Let's just drop
Kinda
that.
Okay,
weird
I do have
freaking-
to bring it back to Babe Ruth.
Yeah,
Go
circle
ahead.
back.
All right.
Retired at 40, died at 53.
Wouldn't you know?
yeah.
They call it the Big 13 years.
Yeah.
After you retire.
13 years. I mean, I don't know.
But what was the life expectancy back then? Like
Like
13,
12.
right?
64
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
1935.
So he lived a long and happy life.
He retired.
I'm excited about the season. What are you excited about the Padres season?
I'm so excited.
you like
Baseball
a-
season.
How much of a fan are you for the Padres? Like, do you like watching baseball?
You know what I
much?
love about this show,
What's
John?
up?
Is that it's like a brand new show. Every time we sit down and we get these microphones and headsets on, it's like
Well, I'm just asking.
starting over again.
No, it's not. I'm not asking. I haven't asked this before. I know you like the Padres, but like, I don't know.
I'm more of a tennis guy, personally.
Okay, all right.
Do you see that
You're
guy?
a baseball fan. That's fine.
Do you see that guy that smashed his racket on the tennis court?
He smashed like
They
8
always
of
do
them.
that.
He got so pissed.
He brought like 15 rockets to that because he knew himself.
Not just to smash.
He
Yeah.
smashed like 4 of them. I saw.
he knew.
Smash.
He knew.
Oh,
He was
smash.
like,
Smash.
he's like, I'm gonna smash this.
He's like, pass.
I don't know. It's a big year for sports. I
Pass.
think this is our year, but we'll see. I always hate putting too much hype on it though, because I feel like
Sure. Well, it's that early season thing. Like,
Yeah.
I am just excited to like get back and see some games. And
Yeah.
I will be meeting the Pod Squad rookies in a couple weeks.
Wow, rookies.
Rookies.
Pond Squad is
The
back.
rookies.
How does that work?
The newbies
So
this year.
You're
How
like
many
a
are there?
seasoned veteran.
I don't
now.
know.
Whoa.
you meet them for the first time?
Yeah. We have a meeting a week before opening.
Okay, so it's just a meeting. You're just happen to be meeting
Yeah.
the new people.
yeah.
I thought it was like an event where you guys like we're meeting the rooks, like go out there and like meet them.
no.
It's just like the first meeting.
Fan Fest, but with the Pod Squad.
Oh, is it Fan
Squad
Fest?
Fest.
No, Squad Fest.
Squad Fest. You guys
I wish
have?
we had a Squad Fest.
What's the best part about being on Pod Squad? Just give me one a little quick little stare.
Best part, probably walk around talking to fans, watching the game.
Oh, I love that.
Being on camera gets scary because those fans are mean.
Really?
There are some mean people.
No way.
Yeah,
Really?
where I'm like, I don't want to be on camera right now. Honestly, the most fun part was the All-Star games and being on the field and actually being on like TV camera for that. That was fun.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey, buddy, got anything to say?
Any last minute stingers there, Arthur?
We did hear you
Nothing.
snoring.
I think Arthur's ready
Sorry
to
about that,
party.
pal.
I think we.
Are you ready to party?
We're gonna watch women talking.
We're gonna eat some
Well,
food.
you know how that
We
goes
got-
next
we got
week.
things to do.
What do you guys feel like eating?
Food.
We'll figure that out off the podcast.
We'll figure that
Oh,
out later.
yeah. You guys are
A real
just a
bunch.
riveting bunch this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
On the
Can't all
couch
be a
as
win.
always, Cara Tafolla, Annie the Skovmand. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
We'll see you next week on
What the Podcast?
House Party. It's a party in the house. It's a party in the